Hey everyone, I'm CJ Farrell, and today I'm going to show you guys how to use your brand new MAKI Live with the optional PoE adapter. So the first step, you will need a PoE switch to use this. Unfortunately, a regular switch is not going to work. You do need to provide PoE in order to power this adapter on. So without further ado, let's show you guys how this will plug in. So you'll want to go ahead and just connect your Ethernet connection into this, and you'll actually see the indicator lights start to go even when it's not plugged in. And this is kind of your sign that this thing is working and ready to plug into the MAKI Live. So now let's go ahead and plug this guy into the back of the UVC port. And for those who don't know, the MAKI Live does come as UVC by default, so we will need to switch it over to Ethernet for like a permanent installation or using this in a hardline network environment. So now I'll go ahead and flip over to my iPad to show you guys this. So this is the MAKI Live app, and I will hit the plus icon. And like I said, we're not going to use Wi-Fi. So this is going to simulate if you're going to an environment without a Wi-Fi network and you just need to hardline this into your network that you're rolling out in a new environment. And so we're going to go to Wi-Fi AP mode. If I hit next, you will search for the device that I'm looking for. And this top one right here is the one that I want. You will hit next. And this will configure the network, and you're basically connecting this iPad directly to the MAKI Live camera. So it's saying, do you want to join the network? So this is actually creating a Wi-Fi network for the iPad to join directly to the MAKI Live. So I'm going to hit join, and we will join that network there. Give it a second. And then it should pop up as a connected device that we will go into. So there we go, it's connected. We will hit the next icon, and now we have our MAKI Live connected directly to the iPad. So this is without needing a Wi-Fi network. So our next step is to configure this PoE adapter. So now that it's plugged in, we are going to go to the setup, and we're just going to scroll down to the USB host. Now, the important part is this thing needs an IP address in order to see it on our NDI network. So if we go into our device information, you can see my Wi-Fi IP address is just one that's only between this iPad and this MAKI Live. Something that is cool is you can see up here on the top left, there is an AP indicator. You can actually connect up to 3 MAKI Lives directly to the app, and what these will do is they'll connect directly to this camera. So if you want to string together 3 cameras into this iPad app to record or bring it into something like MAKI Studio, you can do that directly connecting from the MAKI Live to the iPad or the Android. So without further ado, let's go ahead and switch this over to PoE adapter. So I will scroll down to USB host, and I will select PoE adapter. Now once I do this, the device will restart, so I'll hit done. And then you'll notice this will disconnect, and we will basically just wait a second for this to reboot. Now, while this is rebooting, I'm going to get my web browser ready to pull up this camera, and we will be able to bring this in as a hardlined Ethernet NDI source. So we'll give this a second for it to reboot. And we're basically going to just do the same thing in order to check the IP address. Now, you could just pull this up as Studio Monitor, but if you want to know what the IP address is, you can actually just use this app once again. Go to Wi-Fi AP mode, and you will hit next, and basically we're going to search again for that camera. So there it is already. We will hit next, and this is once again going to connect directly to this camera while this Ethernet connection is going on. So now that it's in PoE adapter mode, we will once again hit join that network. This is joining, and then we're basically going to go look for the IP address that this Ethernet adapter has given the MAKI. So I'll hit next, I will go to setup, and then device information, and now you will see we now have a PoE IP address, 192.168.50.187. So now this is the IP address that I can use to go into something like my web browser and access the MAKI Live, or bring this into my production switcher like TriCaster, vMix, or OBS, anything like that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and flip over to my web browser, and I'm going to type in that IP address that we got, which was 187. Oops, that's 197. 187. There we go. And now I'm connected to my MAKI Live. And so what's great about this is I could open up something like Studio Monitor to pull this in now as a hardline NDI feed. So if I click this, you'll see this is a source, and there we go. I now have my hardline MAKI Live for my production. So that's basically how you can get this in as over the Ethernet adapter. So you can use it over Wi-Fi, or if you want that stable Ethernet connection, you can use it like that. So hopefully this tutorial helps you guys. I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks.